Carry on. Value of values. We have been listening to words like value-based education, value-based management, value-based surveys, and many other things. What is the meaning of value here? These words have been used very frequently in our day-to-day life. Let me tell you, only if I give value, it has value. If I don't value a value, it does not have the value at all. And there are two types of values, we say. We segregate the value into two types. One is universal value and the other is created value. Universal value is something like honesty, charity, purity. All the virtues are universal values. These universal values were not created by somebody. Like, honesty or truthfulness is not created by somebody. God has actually created them, and it is already inculcated in each and every person. So these values existed from the day the earth existed. Nobody created it. But the created value, for example, the value of money, value of rupee, is created by man for some business purpose. These values are different in different parts of the world. The value of a rupee is different in America. The value of a rupee is different in other parts of the world. Whereas the value of honesty is the same in India and it is same in other countries also. The value of human life is same here and across the world. So these universal values should always be practiced, and it has to be practiced to a very great extent. It is accepted, it has to be followed all around the universe. Let me tell you one example of how these created and universal values differ. See, I have a golden bangle. This bangle is a golden bangle. And this is studded with diamonds. That means it has a greater value. The value of gold plus the value of diamond is the material value of this gold bangle. Suppose somebody close to me, that is my mother, has given this bangle to me. It has a sentimental value, it has an emotion value added to the material value. So the value of this bangle has increased a lot. And I am not going to give this bangle to anybody. It is so precious. Suppose if I give this bangle to a child, the child has no value for this. It will just throw this bangle and it will perhaps take a 5 rupees or 10 rupees chocolate from me and be happy because it has got more value for the chocolate than this. It is not the reason that it doesn't know the value, but it doesn't give value. It's like that. So value has value only when I give value to that thing. Whether it is the material value or the emotional value or the sentimental value. If I give value, it has value. So I should learn to inculcate these value system in myself so that I can value the right thing. Whenever there is a conflict between the created value and the universal value, Each one of us should have to follow the universal value or go along with the universal value. For example, if there is a conflict between money and honesty, somebody is coming to bribe me for something, I have a conflict between the created value, that is money, and the universal value, honesty. So choicelessly, if I follow universal value, honesty, I will be on the right path. So it is very, very essential to know what are the created values and what are universal values. Only then will I be able to have good virtues and follow the right path. As given in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga, the virtues which are Daivi Sampat is explained very beautifully. I will just read the first three shlokas for you. Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana-yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damashcha Yagnascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam. Meaning, fearlessness, purity of heart, steadfastness in knowledge and yoga, almsgiving, control of the senses, yajna, study of the scriptures, austerity, and straightforwardness. These are few Daivi Sampat. Continuing in the next shloka. Ahimsa satyam-akrodha tyaga shantirapaishunam daya bhuteshvalo luptvam mardavam hira chapalam. Non-injury, truth, absence of anger, renunciation, serenity, absence of calmly, compassion to beings, uncovetedness, gentleness, modesty, absence of fickleness. Continuing. Teja kshama dhriti shaucham adroho nati maniti adroho nati manita bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya bharatam. Vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, absence of hatred, absence of pride, these belong to one born for a divine state over other. These are the Daivi Sampat. So when we give value to these values, we will be inculcating these values and we will be improving ourselves towards betterment, value of values.